Good morning, Vail. It is Tuesday, the 5th of March. I'm your host, Ross Leonhardt. Welcome in. Grab that coffee, settle in. We've got Chris Romer with the Vail Valley Partnership joining us today. We're talking health endurance. We're doing a lot on this snowy Tuesday, so get up, get ready. TV8's Good Morning Vail starts right now. Welcome into the TV8 Weather Center. Now we're over here on this Tuesday morning, starting out with some snow flurries throughout the valley today. Some soft snow to start the day. The trucks and cars are easy to clean off. It's nice and soft, but some fresh snow did fall overnight last night. Today we'll see a high of 36 with a 50% chance of snow. Mostly cloudy and some snow flurries continuing throughout the day today. Today things will heat up in the middle of the day, getting into about 35 at noon. 33 at 4 p.m. before dropping back down to 31 degrees at 8 p.m. and that snow showers kind of pick back up this evening. Into the I-70 corridor, a 30% chance of snow down in Eagle with a high of 39. Avon, a 50% chance of snow with a high of 36. Vail, 50% chance of snow with a high of 36. Denver seeing a little more sunshine today with a high of 52. But be careful if you're driving in that I-70 corridor today. Tonight, a low of 17 with a 30% chance of snow, mostly cloudy skies, and a few flurries dropping throughout the evening. Into the rest of the week, we are not out of this snowstorm just yet. Chance of snow today, Tuesday, and a chance of afternoon showers on Wednesday. Scattered snow on Thursday, and more snow expected on Friday before this weekend starts heating up and the sun might poke back out. Beaver Creek Snow Report. 5 fresh inches reported this morning that fell after the mountain closed yesterday, so that's out there waiting for you. 14 inches in the last 48 hours, over 2 feet in the last 3 days, bringing the season total to 232 inches up at the Beeve, and a base depth over 70 inches. 72-inch base up there. That's the highest we've seen all season. Beaver Creek's got all 25 lifts open and 166 trails. That's 100% of terrain. Beaver Creek open 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Get ready to get out there this morning. Vail Mountain, 5 fresh inches as well reported this morning. A foot in the last 2 days, and that's 237 total inches this season and a base depth of 74 inches over at Vail. Vail operating 8:30 to 3:30 right now with all 31 lifts open, all 278 trails. 100% of terrain open at Vail. Kim, we are in the middle of a snowstorm right now.
I'm so here for it, but I think I wore the wrong shoes into the studio this morning. But it is what it is. It's just really exciting stuff that we're finally getting all that fluffiness that we've been waiting for all season.
I wasn't really expecting to. I cleaned my truck off last night. I wasn't really expecting it this morning. There was a ton of snow in there, but nice and soft, really easy to clean off.
It's true. It's really great snow. So I definitely hope you get to get out there today. And
always.
I'm going to try to get a couple laps in myself because you can't miss a powder day. I'm going to have the powder flu later.
It has been so nice out there, so nice. The conditions are great. Still feels like winter.
It does, it really does. And you know, I thought we were in the spring skiing like last week, but turns out we're not.
Nope, and then we're looking at sun for the weekend, so you know, come clean up all this snow we get this week on a sunny day this weekend.
It's really a perfect, I think we've got the perfect storm, no pun intended.
Keep it going. I hope it never ends, actually.
Same, but lots of exciting stuff happening on this Tuesday morning edition of Good Morning Vail, and as always, great to be back on the couch with you, Ross.
Yeah, good to be here.
Yeah, it's great. So lots happening in the show, so stay tuned. Just like Ross said, grab that cup of coffee, and we are going to get started.
Good morning, Vail.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on mountain perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scarborough at the Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater. We'll see you next time. Hi friends, welcome to a little behind the scenes. I'm Avisha Scarborough, and I'm so excited to be part of the team at TV8 in Vail. I love the outdoor lifestyle here, I love the arts and culture, and I love being part of this community. My show is called Vail Vibes with Avisha, where I tell you about all the amazing activities going on here in Vail and surrounding areas all year round.
Good morning, Vail.
Now, it is National Sportsmanship Day, and we love our partnership with Covered Bridge because they interview so many interesting people. And in honor of National Sportsmanship Day, they had a conversation. Let's take a look.
Hi everyone, welcome to Covered Bridge on TV8. I'm Kim Fuller, Editor-in-Chief of Covered Bridge Magazine.
I'm Bobby LaRue, the Director of Partnerships at Covered Bridge Magazine, and today we have the pleasure of sitting down with Brett and Tam Donaldson of Donaldson Coaching.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So Brett and Tam are also the co-founders of The Cycle Effect, which is a very well-known nonprofit here in Eagle County, and have the pleasure of working with a lot of athletes. And so the article that we worked with them on in the abundance issue of Covered Bridge is called "There's No I in Athlete." And I had the pleasure of working with Donaldson Coaching for the summer months in running and mountain biking mostly to train. And so it's really reflection on why I believe and have found, and also by interviewing the two of you, why it's important to have a coach in this process. So give us a little background on your fitness, your athleticism. I know you both participate in a lot of races throughout the year here locally and around the country. So Tam, why don't you start with a little bit of background on you?
Ski school was kind of where I started and what brought me over here. So skiing is something that I love to do. And then when we got married, America was going to be like our home base. So I would follow the winters, and clearly then I had 4 seasons in a year, which was kind of novel, and I didn't know what to do with myself in the summer because I'm so used to being next to an ocean. Long story, got a bike. First experience on a mountain bike was awful, but ended up falling into triathlon, Then that turned into Xterra, triathlon. I guess strong legs, skiers legs. I happen to have a good advantage at riding. Loved that. Got reasonably competitive at that. Started racing pro. That just turns into a full-time job if you want to keep going with it. And then started personal training at the Western. And in amongst that, we've always been like training people outside of that don't quite know how to structure their training. And consistently from there, mountain bike races, running races. Then we got into longer races of like the Breck Epic, so 3-day to 5-6 day stage races, which was fun because that was something that we could do together. People thought we were crazy, but it worked out great. And it was a lot of fun.
You really have the experience in all those different types of racing to help an athlete.
Yeah.
How about you, Brett?
I mean, I was a college athlete, but I call myself a mediocre athlete. So when Tam got into triathlon and stuff like that, I wanted to ride bikes as well. So I really kind of took a back seat for a few years as she was doing that, which was awesome because she got to really develop into that athlete, and now we have life partners that like to do these things all the time. So when I turned 40, I basically decided I wanted to be able to do these events for the next 20, 30 years if I choose. And so it's really, I've kind of restructured how I view athletics. I didn't really enjoy it in my 30s very much. There's a pressure, and I thought I should be able to do X, Y, Z. And now it's just like, I get to be out there. It's super fun. It's hard. It's challenging. But so now I spend time riding and running in the VRD series. I mean, that's like, it's a great series. I love how they put on their events. It's super casual. It's easy. Like, I don't know why more people don't do it. It's here. It's a great challenge. And then now that they've got winter, skimo races and stuff like that, I do those. I don't have anything huge on my schedule, but besides those right now. But I'm sure we'll find another 5 or 10 races to do this summer outside of that series. So yeah.
Yeah. So there's no I in athlete. There's no I in team. I love the title of all of that. But when it comes to coaching, when or why would someone necessarily get a coach?
Sure.
Because I question that myself as being an athlete, and then watching her go through it. What's the start, and then what can one expect, I guess?
Yeah, I think for me, it all boils down to you hire a coach so you don't make emotional choices. Whether you're feeling great and you keep going and going and going and you overload your system too much, or you're feeling awful and you decide, I'm not going to work out today, when really that was just a mental block and you could be out there doing stuff. So for many athletes, especially in this valley, we're pulling them back on the effort they put in. They think they need to be a world champion, or their next door neighbor was an ex-world champion and they try to train like them. It's like, that's not how you should do it. So we manage people's time and we manage people's emotions around their training a lot. And then, of course, there's skill development, there's race strategy, there's all these other things, but you can read about that in books a lot of the time, but a lot of it is, for me, just managing the person so that they are set up to do the things they want to do, whether that's a 5K, whether that's a 100-mile run, bike races, whatever.
Yeah, so essentially removing some of those roadblocks of like, I'm too tired, or like you said, I need to put in another 10 miles today.
Yes.
No.
This valley generally goes too hard. And our mountain towns, right? I mean, we're all like super enthusiastic about it. We generally go too hard for too much time, of the time you have allotted to training.
So many fun things to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure you've worked with, and I know you have worked with a range of athletes. I mean, with the Cycle Effect, you're working with young teenage girls on mountain bikes, and then all the way up to, I don't know how old your oldest client is, but they all have different goals and different skills. So Tam, how do you balance that when you work with an individual athlete, and you might be doing one thing with one and another thing with another, and so how do you create a plan specifically?
And I think individual is where the coach comes in, because someone who's 21, I mean, they can do a lot of volume and a lot of intensity. As I age myself, I notice the difference at 40, late 40s. I can't put in the same intensity So it's kind of balancing when those are, making sure that the athlete that you have, depending on whatever age they're at, that you're balancing recovery, because it's the more you are good about your recovery, the more sessions you can actually fit in. And whether you've got a mother who is like, hey, I got 45 minutes, and that's it. So how do we make the most of that? And then somebody else who maybe has a little bit more relaxed schedule. So yeah, you can always find like a PDF or something to follow in a book or on paper, by, I think, customizing it to your life. I was actually just talking with an athlete the other day, and they love ticking the boxes. And every now and then there has to be a little bit of coach-athlete communication, even on those days, that if you're not feeling that great, reach out and be like, okay, maybe we need to tweak this. It sounds like you might be starting to get sick, and we need to back things off a little bit. I think that's important, because a lot of the time you just ignore, think I should, do all of this.
Yeah, the quote from the article, There's No I in Athlete, in this current issue that Tam provided reads, "It's hard to look at ourselves objectively. A coach can customize a training plan that fits your work, family, and social schedules. A coach accelerates your progress by helping you make the best use of your time. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Let's work on things that are going to make the most gains."
Yeah.
Love that.
And I would add one more thing. I think that having one pretty good plan is much better than having 4 excellent plans. Because 4 excellent plans, people are picking what they want to do, and they're skipping the things they don't want to do. And so I don't think you need to hire the most accomplished, world-renowned coach in the entire world. You need to hire somebody that you resonate with, that kind of understands your sport that you want to get into and stuff like that. But really, you need to commit to that person for maybe 6 months or something like that. Like, if somebody comes to me and says, Brett, I want you to write me a plan for a month, I'm like, I have no desire to do that, because I know that it doesn't really move the needle very much. And so I think hiring one person, or finding a book and saying, like, this is the book I'm going to commit to and stuff like that, that's better than 4 excellent plans, because people just, we're so unfocused, and we see something on Instagram, we're like, oh, I'm going to go do that too. It's like, maybe we shouldn't do all of the things, because we just don't have the time.
Yeah, as someone who got to kind of watch the coaching and participate as the significant other, it was interesting to see the days that you made sure Kim had recovery. Because on those days, generally prior to the coaching plan, she would have still gone out and done something. But then the other days where it was like these pain cave type interval sessions, it's really difficult, I would say personally, to force myself to do that without a plan. Yep. And again, I was not necessarily on the plan, but I was on the plan following her. And some of those days, yeah, they are rough. And I also think what I noticed was a couple times during her training, you would be like, you are getting fatigued. Back off. Today you don't need to do the full workout, or you don't need to always be an A student if you're not feeling well. And I think that to me was, again, as the outsider looking in, was the most valuable part of it. Yeah. Because it is easy to just, like you said, do the things that really feel good, and then ignore the things that don't, and then also not recover because you're like, oh, well, I want to go skiing today, or I want to do this. And it's like Brett or Tam would put in like absolutely nothing today. Yeah. And Kim would have to, abide by that.
And I'm the same, like, I know all the things, but I still get caught in that trap where, so this was the first year ever that I asked Tam to be my coach, right? After like 20 years where we should not coach each other. It's not good for us. Yeah. I said, you know what? You know me better than ever. You know my goals better than anybody else. And so I would walk into the kitchen some mornings, I'm like, I am exhausted. And she's like, oh, you should take the day off. Or things like that. And so everybody needs a sounding board on some level. And I think that's really what the coach is. And they're not also going to be that sounding board friend that just says oh, you're just, take the week off. Or you're feeling there's some accountability because they want to see you hit your results, but they also know
you're meant to be fatigued today, suck it up. This is 2 days of intensity because we're building for a certain thing. You're meant to not feel great today, but that's the point of this training. So, to his point, it's really hard to be objective, and it takes the decision-making process out of it, And it takes the pressure off the individual of like, I don't have to decide what to do today, that you just wake up, you look at your plan and go. So that can free up an enormous amount of like time, but also mental space for somebody. They can just be at ease, not be thinking like, am I doing the right thing? I'm not sure. Somebody else is taking care of that.
Yep.
Go ahead.
No, I just love the fact that you brought up, because I was going to ask that question, like, coaches get coaches, right?
Absolutely.
And I think
Totally.
not just you guys, I've heard it from fitness instructors in town that have their own coaches, right? And like, like, we look up to you as a coach, but it's pretty awesome that you take your own prescribed medicine.
For sure. And I think that's with business, that's like with anything. Like with the Cycle Effect, I have, I don't know, 10 to 20 mentors. I am calling them all the time, being like, hey, you know, I don't know what to do here. What should I do? And stuff like that. So I think that everybody should have a coach or a mentor in their major walks of life, whether it's relationships or work or whatever. So yeah, I'm a firm believer, and I am not the smartest guy in the room, and I need to ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
I was about to say there's no I in life, but there is an I in life. So,
I'm glad, as an editor of a magazine, you are able to
Figure
figure
that
this out. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk briefly about the Cycle
Sure.
Effect. I mean, this was the 10-year anniversary
Yep.
of the nonprofit, which
Yep.
does that feel like it's gone really quickly, or is it, you know, I'm just...
Depends
10
on
years is
the day.
impressive. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I think that so the Cycle Effect, real quick, is high school, middle school girls in 4 different counties: Mesa County, Routt County, Eagle, and Summit. And we help them ride and race mountain bikes and go to college. Is like the real short elevator pitch. We focus on working with BIPOC communities, which here is mostly the Latina community. So yeah, and we provide everything they could possibly need. It's a year-round program. It's amazing. And going back to the 10 years, like, I can honestly say we love what we do. Is it super challenging sometimes? Of course, like anything that's worth doing. But we love the relationships we've built. We love the community that we've built, and our staff and things like that. And so yeah, Tam and I started it 10 years ago, and we're still going strong. So we're looking at potential new growth in the coming year to 2, and we're redefining things. We're always evolving how we do things, because we know that what worked 4 years ago doesn't work now. So we're always growing.
Awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure, number one, learning from you guys, from the coaching aspect. It's been a pleasure watching the Cycle Effect grow and having you guys in our community, and we really appreciate everything that you bring to this lovely valley, and now many other valleys in the state of Colorado. So thank you guys so much for being here.
Yeah.
And we'll let you guys know how you can reach out to Brett and Tam if you're interested in training with them, or have people that might be interested in the Cycle Effect programming.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Definitely check out Donaldson Coaching and the Cycle Effect, and thank you for watching Covered Bridge on TV8.
Enjoy the journey.
Good morning, Vail.
Hi, it's Master TV8 Vail. We want to invite you all to the Wacky Winter Reading Program. It's open to all ages. All you have to do is read 10 books or 1,000 pages. For more information, go on our website, tv8vail.com. And thank you to our sponsor, the Eagle Valley Library District.
Hello, I'm Shervin Rezai here with Chenna Garden in Avon, Colorado. My hobbies are obviously skiing. I've been skiing since I was 3 years old. In addition to that, music's always been my first passion, and you can see that alive and well at Chenna Garden with our little record nook, where we have over 300 records, and we'll continue to grow that collection and play vinyl records for you while you enjoy your cuisine. Chenna Garden is Avon's oldest running restaurant. We've been open since 1988, when my mother set up shop and wanted to begin offering Avon, Colorado, the best quality Chinese food that we could get. And I started working in the restaurant when I was 8 years old as a dishwasher, making $1 a day. And then one of the servers, pushed by my dad, told me I should ask for a raise, and then I got $5 a day, but then I had to put all $25 at the end of the week into a savings account, which actually helped me out in college. So after college, I went out to New York for law school, and I spent 15 years out in New York City practicing law and working in-house, which exposed me to a lot of restaurants all over the world, all over the country. And after getting exposure like that, I realized that we have this beautiful restaurant here that has so much potential. So in the fall of 2023, we came back, remodeled, and tried to get this back to give that special feel that I've known all my life here. We've been offering a lot of new cuisines, including German cuisine with our good family friend Gunther Schmidt, who's been serving up authentic German cuisine in the Valley for many, many decades. Why not? This is America. We can serve German food in a Chinese restaurant, and we just let it try. And after a year of it, it's been building up some success, and we're just having a lot of fun just seeing the look of bewilderment on every customer when they're like, how am I getting German food in a Chinese restaurant that's this good at this quality? China Garden is really all about that community, and that first starts with the local community. We always try to take care of all of us who are working hard, grinding it, so that we can also enjoy what this valley has to offer. And through that, we get a nice mix of word of mouth, tourists who come in. We're looking for something a little more authentic and that has a history with the valley. I'm a proud member of the Avon Vail Valley community, lifelong member as I was born here, and I hope you come out and see us here at China Garden. We're open every day, 4 to 9, any day the mountain's open. Cheers.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the TVA Weather Center on this Tuesday morning. Some light snow to start the day. We'll see a high of 36 and a 50% chance of snow throughout the day today. Mostly cloudy with some snow flurries throughout the day. 8 a.m., 29 degrees to start the day. Heats up just a little bit throughout the day before coming back down to 31 degrees at 8 p.m. tonight, and some more snow expected this evening. Into the I-70 corridor, Eagle looking at a high of 39 degrees today with a 30% chance of snow. Avon 36 degrees with a 50% chance of snow. And Vail 50% chance of snow today, high of 36. Lots of snow out there that fell overnight, so be careful if you're traveling through that I-70 corridor today. Denver's looking at a mostly sunny day with a high of 52. Tonight, low of 17, a 30% chance of overnight snow. Cloudy skies into the evening and a few snow flurries. Into the rest of the week, snow expected today, Tuesday, snow expected on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday the rest of the week before mostly sunny skies are expected to return this weekend. Lows in the teens, so be prepared for cold temperatures, and the highs kind of near that 40-degree mark here. So be prepared for a little bit of everything and stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
TV8 te brinda la mejor programación en español todos los días. Sintoniza Conexión Latina los lunes, miércoles y viernes a las 7 de la tarde con repeticiones los fines de semana. Además, te presentamos nuestro nuevo programa Sabores y Creaciones, donde hemos juntado tus recetas y manualidades favoritas en un solo lugar los martes y jueves a las 7 de la tarde. Y por último, disfruta de Daily Flash Latino, con noticias y entretenimiento en tendencia los sábados a las 7 de la tarde. Te esperamos por el canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina, nuestro canal de YouTube TV8 Vail Good Morning Vail o nuestra página web tv8vail.com.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof, and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tv8vail.com because there's always more for you on 92.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tv8vail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Out here, we love kind of endurance sports, and luckily we have Corey Crane who has some endurance training tips for you guys.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Covered Bridge on TV8. My name is Kim Fuller. I'm the co-owner of Jaunt Media Collective in West Vail and the editor-in-chief of Covered Bridge magazine.
And I'm Bobby LaRue, the other co-owner and the director of partnerships at Covered Bridge magazine as well. We have the pleasure of sitting down with Corey Crane, a longtime local and an endurance athlete here in Vail, Colorado. So Corey, welcome to Covered Bridge on TV8. It's an honor to be sitting down with you. We've known each other for, gosh, a better part of longer than a decade now, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're excited to talk about the article we have coming up on you, but we're also excited just to get to know you a little bit more. Let the readers and the viewers know a little bit more about Corey Crane, how you made it here, what you've done in the Valley, and kind of your adventure and journey through endurance athletics.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
So how long have you lived here in the Valley?
So I moved to Vail, actually. I just picked it on a map in September of 2001. I moved out from Alabama. I just wanted a change of scenery, and here I am 22 years later.
Wow, so picked it on a map. What was that process?
I literally,
like?
I knew I wanted to be in the mountains. I knew I liked Colorado, having, driven out here with family road trips. And I literally just picked Vail on the map. It was a little bit closer to Denver if I needed to fly home to see the fam in Alabama. And here I am 22 years later. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, I think it's always fun to hear everyone's story. Myself, like we go through these ups and downs in the Valley of finding our way, right? So what have you done in this Valley as far as employment and then also like adventure? Because I think that's a big part of it.
Sure. Yeah, so when I first moved out here, it was literally the week after 9/11. So there was a huge hiring freeze, pretty much a ghost town. I clearly didn't do my research. You can't get a job really in September. Nobody's hiring, as we all know. So, I just kind of had some fun for a couple months. But then, I did everything from ticket sales to specialty sports back in the day, worked for Vail Mountain. And for the past 18 years, I've been employed by East West Resorts, so, and property management in Beaver Creek.
That is amazing. And, I've met you, gosh, I think through yoga originally.
Yes.
But you're out there all the time on the mountains. I mean, I see you whether it's ski season, bike season, running season.
Right.
Some of your favorite sports are, and then what are you currently working on?
Sure. So going back to when we first met in 2010, I should say. I was a big yogi. I loved it. I still practice. But I love to mountain bike. I love to ski. In fact, this season I had one of my biggest history for working a full-time job. I was pretty psyched on close to 70 days on the mountain. And a lot of that's before the lifts open or after the lifts close, just to fluctuate with my work schedule. And then, I just got into I work out at the gym, that kind of thing, and I just kind of got into running. And for me, it's just a way of releasing energy from the day or, exploring on my own 2 feet. And I love going out with my dog, but a couple of really good friends of mine just kind of got me into bigger distance running. So that's where the past 5 years have really come into play. And when I first discovered ultra distance, which is anything over a marathon distance, 26 miles, I was in my late 30s. So I was kind of late to the game, but I was there for it. I was excited for it. And now that I've approached my mid 40s, I'm all like game on. I'm so freaking pumped. I've just got so much planned this summer. With the final hurrah of being the Leadville 100 in August. So that's what I'm currently training for.
It's so exciting and impressive to be following
Yeah.
your journey. And so, we do have an article in the summer-fall issue of Covered Bridge, which is our journey issue, featuring Corey and your journey to the race across the sky, the Leadville 100. Yeah. Tell us about the decision to sign up for the Leadville 100, the process of actually getting into the race, and what your training has been looking like.
Sure. So last year I ran the Leadville Marathon, which is held every June. It's pretty tough. 26 miles takes you up to Mosquito Pass, which is above 13,000 feet. So you can only imagine the little oxygen we have as training. But I had an awesome race, and at the awards, you can enter your bib if you'd like into their so-called lottery. And my name was called, and I got the infamous coin to the Leadville 100.
Oh, let's get a close-up on that coin. So this is what's pulled if you get picked, or to put your name in?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yes, so you literally, you qualify, and then you can sign up through your bib number.
Okay.
And I, got the lottery coin. And so you literally, right then and there, you have to make a decision. Are you running it this year, or are you running it next year? And for me, I was running the Trans-Selkirks last August, which is a 6-day, 120-mile race through the mountains of British Columbia. So I knew I couldn't race in August. So essentially, I've been signed up for almost a year. And what my training looks like is I started with my coach in January. And I like having a coach because it holds me accountable. He gives me my workouts over the weekend, and then I can tune them into how my work schedule looks like, or just life in general, right? But I'm held accountable. I know what I need to do. I might fluctuate Tuesday for Wednesday or vice versa. But I told him, I said, I will do the work. I'm very disciplined. I'm very focused. I want this. And so it's been fun working the past 5 months, and I'm just slowly building mileage. And, this season during the winter, I did a lot of cross training, right? So I didn't want to just run because I knew I would get burned out. So essentially, I've been skiing quite a bit, like I said, before, after hours, ski touring. I fat biked quite a bit on the trails locally. I got into Nordic skiing, and I skated quite a bit, for the endurance, and swimming. So I feel like I've covered all angles, but now that we're getting into drier trails, I'm really starting to amp up the mileage. So this past weekend, I was in Leadville training, because that's the best thing you can do for your lungs and your legs, is get up to 11,000 feet. The weekend before, I went to the Grand Canyon. I ran down to the river and back. So for me, it's all about adventure and just learning to love it. I'm doing this because I truly love it. I'm not, I have to. I want it. Like, I'm focused. So I've really dedicated to it, and a lot of it's part of my new lifestyle too, these past 2 years.
That's amazing.
I
know Kim has a couple questions, but quickly,
Sure.
you just mentioned something as an athlete that I think some of us, we get sucked into one sport. We train so hard. How important has the cross training been for overall physical, and then also like injury prevention?
Right. Well, that's a good point. So overall cross training, you work all different sets of muscles. So women, as we get older, our fast twitch muscles do start to deteriorate. So for me, it's important to work all aspects of my mental training as well as my, physical physique. So swimming's awesome cardio, endurance, getting up, to ski down, that's phenomenal lung power. So I've really been diving into different to, A, just mentally not get burned out with just running, but B, also to enjoy all the sports that I essentially moved to Colorado for. So
Yeah, it's really fun to follow along on your training, and to go along sometimes too when we're lucky enough.
We've had some good weekends training together.
A little bit. Yeah, so Corey, you've been very vocal in the last, I guess it would be about 2 years, about a journey of sobriety. And what led to that choice, and how has that impacted what you're doing now?
Sure. Well, yeah, so it was actually 2 years just this past week on May 9th.
That's amazing.
And just how that stemmed, I think, when I moved here in my early 20s, it's go time. It's fun, it's ski town lifestyle, it's party, alcohol's everywhere. It's, socially accepted in our society and our culture here. And when I hit 40, I was at an all-time high, just having the best time of my life. But, those highs definitely bring your lows too. So we being my husband and I went to Mexico 2 years ago to visit some friends that lived down there. And, I definitely kept it chill that week. I just wasn't into it like normal beach trips usually are. And I remember it was Mother's Day. It was May 9th. And we went to the airport. And I said, oh, should I spend these last pesos and get another Corona? And I thought to myself, I don't need it. I don't need this. So I got home the next day, and I was really focused on getting back to work, your routine, you're not at the beach anymore. And I said, you know what, I'm not gonna drink this week, I just wanna be healthy, right? Well, my last sip of alcohol was May 8th, 2021. So somehow I quit cold turkey. It was absolutely mind-blowing, especially those that know my past. But I've got nothing but awesome things to say about sobriety, and for me it's been a life-changing decision, the best adult decision I've ever made. I'm still having a great time. I'm still hanging out with my friends, I'm now DD, and it's just really been inspiring and empowering for especially my lifestyle of, my crazy work schedule, and then adding on top of it my training, and just knowing that I'm walking every day with a clear lens, and I feel good. And if I don't sleep well, then it's something perhaps I ate that day, but there's never this blame of, perhaps a drink the night before. So I really do feel that the non-alcoholic movement is definitely taking a trend in our society, and I'm super proud and honored to be a part of it. And I do encourage those that might have a little issue or some sober curious just to look into it, just a 30-day detox, 42-day detox. There's so much more to it. I mean, there's your physical, there's your mental, there's your spiritual. I mean, my finances, your skin, your sleep. I mean, nobody said, gosh, my habitual drinking habits have really, empowered my life, right? So I feel that if there is a little bit of an issue, in the gray area drinking, look into it. And, I'm happy to reach, speak with you or whatnot. There's awesome programs in town. I know there's, wonderful podcasts to listen to, and just a little bit of encouragement. If you go to reach for that beer, just give it 15 minutes. Give it 15 minutes. Instead, lace up your shoes, go for a walk, and just think, okay, am I going to regret this, or am I going to feel better about my decision?
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, it's just been
really helpful.
Yeah,
I think for a lot of people.
Yeah, and for me, I know that I'm on the right path, and I'm super excited about it. You can probably just tell. Like, I just want to shout it from the mountaintops. My life has just improved, and I'm very grateful for it. So,
super inspiring on so many levels, Corey.
Thanks.
Yeah. In the closing of the article on Corey is a quote from her that I'd love to read here, and I think it really relates to everything we've been chatting about today. Anyone who's willing to step out of their comfort zone, that's where growth really happens. I want to encourage people to live an awesome, healthy life and enjoy the beautiful mountains we live in. And if you're struggling, reach out to a friend. There's always hope around the next corner. And we really hope that on your journey of training this summer and the actual race, 100 miles, so the Leadville 100 in August, that those times it does get challenging, you know that hope is around that next corner for you.
Yeah, and just know that growth comes from possibility, it comes from opportunity, but you have to want it, and it takes a lot of discipline. I know I committed to this, and so I wake up every day with gratitude, with discipline, and just excitement, and yes, there's obviously some lows, but the highs definitely outnumber the lows, and I'm just eager for my summer of racing and my friendships, and I've got some fun concerts on the books. So, you know, life doesn't slow down just because alcohol's not involved. I've got to remind listeners about that. It definitely is an eye-opening experience, and so. But thank you for having me.
Oh
so,
my gosh. Thank you for everything you do in this community.
Well, thank you.
We'll be following your bib number.
Yes.
We might even be out there. We've got a couple of friends that are running, so it's really fun to go out and support. So yeah, great luck with training this summer, Corey. Thank you for joining us and for participating in the article as well. Corey Crane here, and we will all be watching her in anticipation of an amazing race, Leadville 100 this August. Thank you all for watching Covered Bridge on TV8. We'll see you next time.
Have a good day.
Good morning, Vail.
It's the fastest half hour in television. Toyota's Race Week takes you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR. Go behind the scenes for a look into the high adrenaline world of motorsports and hear from your favorite drivers as they discuss the drive to a championship. If you love NASCAR, you won't want to miss Toyota's Race Week.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Up next, we're going to learn why it's so great to be a Devil down at Eagle Valley High School with their athletic department, and Julio checks in down in Gypsum.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail, everyone. Now joining us on the couch this morning is Eagle Valley High School Principal Tom Laframboise to give us a little bit of updates, just kind of give us the inside scoop of what's been going on at Eagle Valley High School this past semester. What can we look ahead coming into the spring, winter and spring semester, and even kind of looking into next school year. So Tom, thank you so much for joining us this morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely.
It's always easy to brag up Eagle Valley High School, so
Yes.
I love having that opportunity here.
Yeah, thank you for joining us on the show. You are principal, as I just mentioned. This is your first year as principal.
It is.
Tell us a little bit about how this new role has been for you, and I know you were with the school prior to that as well.
Yeah, I've been with the school for boy, I don't know. It's been about 10, 12 years right now.
Okay.
You lose track of the
Yeah.
years right now. So stepping into this new role as principal, I've been in administration the whole time. So stepping into the role as principal, it's fun and it's exciting and it just has its moments. But it's neat because you get to, I've seen kind of the changes I wanted to make. So now you get an opportunity to make some decisions to guide that pathway to bring it to how you want.
Yes, that's very exciting, and I know it's been an eventful year already for you guys at Eagle Valley High School. And mentioning off camera, we were kind of talking about your 3 pride points as principal, which is academics, athletics, and culture, right?
Correct.
Let's kind of dive a little bit into all 3 of those, starting with maybe academics. What have been some accomplishments, or kind of what are we looking forward in terms of academics at Eagle Valley?
I think academics, when we really look at it, we made the AP honor roll last year.
Okay.
So enough students pass the test, and they have this whole formula. So I'm not sure. That's a huge point of honor for us. The other thing we celebrate academic-wise is the number of students that we have that graduate with the seal of biliteracy.
Okay.
So it means they're proficient in both English and Spanish, and it's hard to get to, and we have a lot of students that make it there. Third thing that we've talked about is the number of students we have graduating with an associate's degree from CMC.
Yes.
So talk about an accomplishment at this, actually before you get your high school diploma, because I think their graduation is like a week before.
Yeah, I think you're
Then
right.
we have kids graduating with an associate's degree,
That's
with getting
huge.
there.
Yeah.
So those are some big points that we talk about right now. And how can we expand on all of those points is our focus.
Yeah, no, it seems like great accomplishments through AP, through the seal of biliteracy, and all sorts of things happening academically. But I also know sports are huge. We're wrapping up winter season, is that right?
We are wrapping up winter season.
So tell me a little bit, kind of what has been going down athletic wise.
Yeah, so let's go back just a little bit, because
Okay.
athletics and activities, our speech and debate was the state champions last year.
Nice,
So always have to
congratulations.
bring that up.
Yes.
That's amazing. And now we're winding down. We're actually in the last week of our winter sports. So we have our Nordic and our Alpine teams are competing at the state championships this weekend.
Okay.
We have 4 wrestlers that qualified for state. They're going this weekend at Ball Arena to compete there.
Ball Arena.
At Ball Arena,
Wow.
it's really neat. It's pretty cool. Our boys and girls basketball teams, this is their last week. Looks like our boys will make the playoffs. They'll be ranked kind of right in the middle, so they're looking really good. Girls, it was a little bit more of a struggle this year. Not from not playing hard, it's just one of those years. A lot of injuries happen and some other things happened. So it's really been a good season, and it's amazing turnover. In our last week here, and we start last week of February with our spring sports.
Wow, yeah. Well, it seems like sports have also been very successful, and I know you were athletic director prior to this. How is it different for you maybe this year around where you're not in that role anymore and you're kind of looking at it from a little bit more of a distance and not super involved, not at all the practices, not at all the games? Has that been kind of an adjustment or a transition for you?
It's a hard shift. Anytime you go away from a program that you made it yours, you were part of it, to hand it over to someone. But our new athletic director, Ryan Lynch, he's really working hard. He wants it to succeed. He's looking for input. It's been a really smooth transition. So it's been nice because I feel like I can trust him to turn it over. And I do. I look from afar and I can be proud of the changes he's making. And so that takes that burden off your shoulders.
Yeah, I love that. Now, the last thing I want to get into is your third point of pride, which is culture. Tell me a little bit about, kind of the culture of Eagle Valley, the student life. We had the opportunity also to talk to some of your Latino teachers and Sandra and Francisco, who were here, telling us a little bit about, the initiatives around the Latino community. But kind of just tell me a little bit about that Eagle Valley culture.
Well, I want to start out first. It's a really short story. I won't take up too much time. Walking into the first, we had our teacher academy. It was at Battle Mountain High School. And they had all the each school brought their teachers together, had to make a flag, do a chant, come up with a cheer. And you had just a couple hours to do it. So you're like, okay, what are our teachers going to do? Staff of 80 right here. How's it going to work? And they came together, and it was amazing when we got out onto the floor, and the teacher. We kicked everyone's butt. So Eagle Valley rocked that for sure. But it just showed what the culture was going to be. Our teachers were bought into what we were trying to do, and a lot of that was putting in some more rules. We took cell phones away during classes.
Okay.
The kids can't have them. They can have them in the hallways, they can have them during some other times, but it was working on engagement.
Yes.
And so that was a big piece, and the kids bought into that. So that just shows the tightness of where they're coming. So that was a big piece of our culture. Our other culture, if you've ever been to one of our games or our Peps Fest, our student sections are second to none.
Yeah.
They're amazing. They're almost always appropriate. You have to keep an eye on them, but they're so much fun because they'll get loud, they'll get rowdy. It's a lot of fun watching, so when we work on that part. So the last piece with the culture we really want to work on is how do we get a Latino community involved in our schools?
Right.
So that's what I had Francisco and Sandra work with me on. So let's get them where they're comfortable and we can talk to them, we can get their ideas, and let's make the whole school community welcoming of everyone.
I love that. I love that because we're all one community, and when students walk through those doors, teachers walk through those doors, at the end of the day, I think, everyone's family, everyone's a community, and it seems like you all are doing a great job to really foster that.
That's what we're trying. It's a team effort to do it, but
Absolutely.
it's exciting to do it too.
Yes.
We have a lot of fun doing it.
I love that. Tom, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I appreciate you coming and sharing with our community and our watchers back at home, some of these updates at Eagle Valley High School and giving us your perspective as principal, I think is always very valuable.
Well, thank you for having me, and anytime. I love to brag up the school, so
yeah, I love that.
I'll come anytime.
And I shouldn't be saying this because I went to Battle Mountain High School myself, but I'm going to say it, go Devils.
Go Devils.
Thank you, Tom. We're going to take a
thank
short
you.
break and we'll be right back with more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these 2 luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail, Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno, Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, real homeowners tackle really big renos.
Welcome to the ugliest house in the neighborhood.
It's a wild ride from before to after.
If we go to the tile store one more time, only one of us is coming out alive.
Well, I didn't know he was going to do all that.
Between the budget and the timeline, it's Makeover Madness.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Happy Tuesday. It's Kimberly Perot here, and welcome to Good Morning Vail. Ross Leonhardt in the studio with me today, and in the second hour, we are making a stir-fry sauce in the kitchen, a great way to jazz up your weeknight meals, and lots of exciting things happening. Plus, Chris Romer with the Vail Valley Partnership is here in the studio to tell us all things 2024, drinking vessels, Vail vibes, and beyond. So all of that is happening. Let's get started with hour two.
Welcome into the TV8 Weather Center on this Tuesday morning. Starting out about 29 degrees at 8 a.m. We'll see a high of 36 today and a 50% chance of snow. There's some fresh snow on the ground to start the day, so clear off those vehicles and be prepared if you're hitting the roads today. Throughout the day, we'll warm up at noon, 35 degrees, and the snow starts coming in this afternoon. 4 p.m. 33 degrees, 8 p.m. 31 degrees. Snow expected throughout the day today. Into the I-70 corridor, Eagle looking at a high of 39 today, Avon a high of 36, and Vail a high of 36 as well. Snow expected throughout the I-70 corridor today. Denver looking at mostly sunny skies with a high of 52. Into tonight, a low of 17 and a 30% chance of snow. Looking at a cloudy sky and a few flurries this evening rolling into Wednesday, with more afternoon snow expected tomorrow and scattered snow on Thursday, and even more snow expected on Friday. Temperatures the rest of the week, lows in the teens, highs near that 40-degree mark, so want to be prepared for a little bit of everything. And we're expecting the sun to come back out this weekend after all this snow falls this weekend. Into the Beaver Creek snow report, 5 inches reported this morning, bringing the total in the last 2 days to 14 inches and over 2 feet in the last 3 days. 232 inches total on the season and a base depth of 72 inches at Beaver Creek. Kim, you know we're all about that base here, no treble. Beaver Creek operating 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. right now with all 25 lifts open, and that's 166 trails, 100% of terrain. Vail reported 5 inches this morning as well, a foot in the last 2 days, bringing the season total to 237 inches and a base of 74 inches over at Vail, which we love to see. Vail's got all 31 lifts open, and including Blue Sky Basin in those back bowls, all 278 trails. That's 100% of terrain. Vail Mountain operating 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. right now. And what a week we are having snow-wise, Kim.
What a week. You know, every time I listen to you do the weather, various song lyrics come through my head. And not all about the bass, because you were saying that one all the time. But, you know, you mentioned that the sun is coming out, and I'm like, the sun will come out tomorrow.
I know.
Slash this weekend.
I joke about the bass, but it's a real thing, right? Like having a 70-inch bass in early March is great, because that's what's going to last us through the rest of the season. So really do love seeing that bass.
It's great. We're going to have a nice extended spring skiing session. I can't wait.
And with all these changing conditions, want to take care of your eyes, and Eyepieces of Vail has us covered. We have some goggles to talk about, right?
We really do. We've got a couple of pairs of Smiths, a couple of pair of Oakley. It's always fun to get out into the store, but I love all the products that we have here in studio as well. We've got some great ones. Now, what's your favorite?
I'm always an Oakley guy. I love their flight decks. I say it every time. They put some serious science into their goggles, so I am a big Oakley fan. Yesterday, with kind of the snowy, kind of sun poking out for a little bit there, I had some snowboard students that were changing their lenses almost every run from kind of low light to high light. So kind of depends what you like.
That's true. And you know, if you follow Ross on social media, Colorado Living on the Hill, and you can see the goggles in action, and you're clearly just ripping through those trees, so you know your vision's great.
Yeah. Every now and then, you know, you kind of gotta make sure you can see when the snow's blowing up, but having good eyewear really makes for a good day on the mountain.
It's true, and we've got a pair of Oakleys here in front of us, and we also have some Smiths as well, and loving eyepieces of Vail and all that they offer. You know, they've got that impressive goggle bar at the base of Gondola 1, and then the Village Center, you kind of get a unique brand and style in every single one of their locations.
Definitely, and I'm pretty lucky to still have some pretty solid eyesight, but they have some great prescription lenses. They can take care of you if you forgot something or you need something. Glasses, goggles, they can take care of you guys. So
it's true.
Pretty sweet. I've got the pair of Oakley Prisms right here, a beautiful goggle. That's another reason why I love Oakley. They look really cool.
They're very steezy on the slopes.
But I like to say too, in certain conditions you can't see no matter what, right?
That's true.
So don't give yourself a little bit of a break some days out there, but you definitely want to think about it before you go out.
It's true. And then we've got the Smiths here as well, and I like this frame in particular, one, because the color is really great, but two, it's actually made for a more narrow face, and so it doesn't matter. It's not men versus women. It's just how your face is shaped, and they're really good at eyepieces of being able to assess your needs and what you might have. But these Smiths are great as well because they've got a wider range of vision. As you can see, the lens starts to curve down. So now when we're riding, I know I used to in the past find myself looking down more, and when your chin is down, you know, you're kind of not riding as well as you can. But now that you've got these extra, like you can see just the curve in the lens on the side there, now that they've got that extra curve into it, you actually can see a lot better than having to adjust your head.
That's it. It's very important. And Eyepieces of Vail it's like a candy store in there for goggles and eyewear. So definitely check out Eyepieces of Vail and stay tuned. We'll be back with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Hi, it's Max with TV8 Vail. We want to invite you all to the Wacky Winter Reading Program. It's open to all ages. All you have to do is read 10 books or 1,000 pages. For more information, go on our website, tv8vail.com. And thank you to our sponsor, the Eagle Valley Library District.
Think Big features top kid inventors who face off against each other to see who can come up with the most innovative and creative invention. And Think Big kids acquire and showcase their skills in creativity, science, marketing, design, and don't forget, teamwork. Check your local listings and watch the world's most innovative kids. They create and invent new toys, games, websites, and new modes of transportation. Tune in to Think Big.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw, host of TV8 Vail. From fashion to food, from film to festivals, experience a unique look at the boutiques, spas, restaurants, and venues that make the Valley so special. Join me for Glitz and Glam. Find it in Good Morning Vail or at our website at tv8vail.com. I can't wait for our next adventure.
Dog Tales is America's premier dog lovers magazine show. This series is all about dogs and the people who love them. Featuring dogs of all sizes, shapes, and breeds, keeping you up to date with all the latest news from the dog world. Sit back and enjoy a fun program for the whole family. Check your local listings and tune in to Dog Tales. TV8, there's more for you on 92. Serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Luckily for our valley, we have great organizations and nonprofits that help everyone here. And joining us on the couch this morning is President and CEO of the Vail Valley Partnership, Chris Romer. Chris, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Love being Facebook friends with you. You are amazing to see, quite witty on there. So
Just try to have some fun.
Yeah, that's it. I like that. I like that. Awesome. Chris, Vail Valley Partnership's always so busy, year-round, working on all sorts of things, including the Eagle County Regional Airport.
Yeah, we work closely with the EGE Air Alliance and administer that program, and that group works to bring nonstop flight service to the Eagle County Regional Airport. That flight service has the obvious benefit of helping bring our visitors and our guests and our second homeowners here to Eagle County and make us a more attractive destination. But also, and to me, maybe more importantly, services our locals and gives our locals more opportunity to not have to drive I-70, to have more convenient options, and to have that connectivity to friends and family or vacation destinations or anything. You know, to me, if you can keep me off I-70 and you can keep me out of Denver, I'm pretty happy. So we're pretty excited for the airport and some of the things happening there.
Yeah, as a local, Chris, kind of a 2-year. I've been doing the Eagle County Airport for about 2 years now. I used to go to Denver. Many thanks. Many thanks, especially in the winter. I do not like driving that 100-mile drive to Denver in the snow, and I don't like landing in Denver and driving 100 miles in the snow.
Yeah, it's hard. And the team at the airport does a great job, and it's just a much more convenient option. So we're really excited because we have 2 new flights coming this summer.
Yeah, where are we going on vacation this summer, Chris? Where can we go?
Well, you could go anywhere.
Okay.
But we have 2 new flights that will fly to Chicago and fly to Houston.
Awesome.
Both on United Airlines, and that will be summer service from early June until mid-August for Houston, until early September for Chicago. And so those are big hubs that open up pretty much the entire country, and in addition to our Dallas service and Denver connectivity, we're doubling the markets for the summer, which is again really exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I know Chicago's a huge one, and I usually fly south when I'm traveling for connecting flights. So that's awesome to hear. So starting with the summer? Starting with the summer,
and what we're really excited about, Ross, is the locals flight rebate. We're bringing that program back. People might remember that we did that in 2021 and 2022. So we have a pool of funding available, and anyone who books one of those new flights who's an Eagle County resident, so you live here, you book a flight either to or connecting in Chicago or Houston on the new service, we will send you a check for $100 as a thank you, as an incentive to use the Eagle County Regional Airport. So it just makes it that much more attractive. We really want to thank our locals and show our locals how great the Eagle County Regional Airport is.
Yeah, that is awesome to hear. It's really cool to see kind of the flexibility with that airport. It's really easy to get in and out, and then with that rebate, that sounds like a nice little incentive to get going.
It's a nice incentive.
Yeah, and it's kind of tough because you got to connect almost if you're going farther distances, right? So definitely take advantage of that, and I think I might take advantage of that.
As you should.
Yeah, that's awesome. What else is going on with the Vail Valley Partnership? Anything else at the airport?
No, I think that's it probably for the airport. A lot else going on at the partnership. We have quite a few workforce initiatives, quite a few leadership training programs. I'll run through them really briefly, but we have a number of industry groups. We have a women in business group. We have a solopreneur, entrepreneur group for those remote workers and those folks working on their own, those real small business owners. We have a young professionals group that is starting up. We have a Scrum Master training, which is a project management project management, agile, training program to give people the skills to have a project management certification. Gosh, we have a lot of that. We have a CEO group. I don't know if I mentioned that one, a women's in business group. We have a lot of these industry groups really designed to help connect people, designed to help people grow their network, designed to help people have that peer network where they can bounce ideas off. Each of these programs has a professional facilitator. So there's a agenda and there's a professional management to support that. And those groups are small by nature with about 12 or so people. Again, designed to increase people's roots and give them deeper connections here in Eagle County.
That's awesome. I mean, we have so many amazing and talented locals here, and I really credit the VVP with bringing them together, right, and giving them an opportunity to connect and kind of brainstorm and build themselves up.
Yeah, providing that connection. We hear it again and again when we talk to businesses and we talk to our members and we do surveys of the business community. One of the things they continue to tell us is we want local professional development training. We want to be able to upskill and reskill and train our workforce, and we want to be able to provide connection. Because this is a transient community, because there's a certain amount of churn of people and of businesses, being really intentional of having opportunities for people to connect and for people to grow their roots here and make Eagle County their home and reduce some of those barriers. So we have a lot of ways to do that.
Yeah, definitely. And as someone who's going to be looking for work this summer, I'm going to definitely be joining and looking into what VVP's doing and make connections there.
Yeah, and so that's the last thing I have to talk about of what's going on. We have our work week coming up the first week of April. And our work week, we have a job fair in Gypsum at the Gypsum Rec Center. We have a job fair in Edwards at the Edwards Fieldhouse. You can get all the information at vailvalleypartnership.com. But we expect up to about 50 businesses who will be hiring for summer jobs and year-round jobs, everything from your teenager up to professional positions and all things between. So we're really excited about that work week and really promoting the opportunity for our seasonal workforce in the winter to find seasonal jobs in the summer, as well as those teenager jobs, as well as the professional year-round positions. So there's a lot going on. It's a really That's going to be a really fun week.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do people need to kind of register or sign up with you guys?
You could go to vailvalleypartnership.com and search for Work Week. But no, you could just show up.
Awesome.
Businesses need to register because they need to get their table and get set up.
Right.
But individuals can just show up.
Awesome. Might see you guys there.
I hope so.
Awesome. Vail Valley Partnership also does so much more in the community. What else are you guys working on?
Boy, we covered a lot of things. We have a number of different events and a number of different networking opportunities and professional development. You know, we're watching what happens in Denver at the state legislature pretty quickly to be able to be that voice for our business community and make sure our elected officials statewide don't mess with the mountain communities. So we've got quite a bit going on. The best way to follow what we're doing is to go to vailvalleypartnership.com, sign up for our newsletter. It goes out every Wednesday, has a variety of community events and certainly all the programs and events that the partnership is doing.
Yeah, Chris, how are we looking as a workforce right now? I know it kind of goes up and down, right? And depending on
it does. You know, it's cyclical, and you know we follow the macroeconomic environment in a lot of ways. Things are good this winter, and the workforce is kind of back to what it was from say 1962 to 2019.
Okay.
Right? We have a workforce shortage. We don't have enough people, especially for those key skilled jobs. But it's always been that way, right? So we're working, and a lot of our private sector businesses and local special districts are working really hard to provide that training and provide apprenticeship programs and talent pipeline work, and working with the state to bring in opportunities for our local businesses to benefit from that. So the workforce stuff is okay. It's about what it has always been, and the general economy again is pretty good from a macro level with a little bit of fluctuation here and there, but overall we're coming off a couple of strong seasons and we're looking okay this winter.
That's awesome to hear, and kind of rolling into a summer where hopefully we keep that momentum going.
Yeah, I expect we will based on what I can see in the numbers.
Awesome. Chris, where can people go for more information on the airport?
For the airport, you can go to flyege.com. EGE is the Eagle County Regional Airport code, so flyege.com. And for Vail Valley Partnership, it's vailvalleypartnership.com.
Awesome, awesome. And maybe I'll see you guys on a connecting flight to Houston or Chicago this summer.
That sounds great.
Awesome. Chris, anything else you want to add? Anything
No,
I should
we're
ask
good right now.
Yeah, thank you seriously so much for what you guys do. Your whole team, I know you have an amazing team at the Vail Valley Partnership. You guys are really boosting this community every day.
Well, thanks so much. We appreciate it. It's an honor to do it.
Yeah, and then I'll stay tuned for your Facebook post later this morning.
Always.
Thanks so much, Chris, and stay tuned for more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the Valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, real homeowners tackle really big renos.
Welcome to the ugliest house in the neighborhood.
It's a wild ride from before to after.
If we go to the tile store one more time, only one of us is coming out alive.
Well, I didn't know he was going to do all that.
Between the budget and the timeline, it's makeover madness.
Good morning, Vail.
We're in the kitchen.
Yep.
We are in the kitchen, and what a Tuesday it is.
Yeah, what are we cooking up today,
Well,
Kim?
you know, I like to travel, and I sometimes at the end of the day, I'm just so tired, and I'm over trying to think of creative meals to make for myself. So I love a simple stir fry. But the kicker and the best piece of the stir fry is the sauce.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I like to avoid store-bought sauces as much as possible, and I always make my own. So I figured we'd show the audience
Let's do it.
how to make an easy and stir fry recipe. If you've got rice vinegar and you've got a sesame oil in your pantry, you probably have everything else too. And so we'll go ahead and get started with this. But I love it because sesame oil has this nice nutty toasty flavor, and that really is what makes the dish. So we'll go ahead and get started. It comes with rice vinegar, which is very important. We also have the sesame oil, and sometimes it's hard to find it because you don't need a lot. So it doesn't come in a very big jar. We've got soy sauce. I like to use the lesser sodium, but it really doesn't matter. It depends on how salty you like things. And then we've got You can use sugar or honey.
Okay.
So basically, or like you can use a juice or pineapple juice, apple juice, whatever it is, if you have that on hand, because you want something sweet to kind of balance out that saltiness.
Love
so
it.
are you big like Asian inspired cuisine?
Yeah, I love my rice cooker.
Yeah.
It's probably my best dish that I make.
We should have brought your rice cooker in so that we can use it to use our stir fry sauce with.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, the key to a good stir fry sauce is cornstarch. So you want to make sure that you have cornstarch, and that's what thickens it up. And you can add as much as you want to, but typically you would start with just 1 tablespoon of cornstarch.
Okay.
And then fresh garlic, fresh ginger, but it's okay if you don't have either one of those. We've got garlic powder here. You can use garlic salt, but you may not want to because the sodium is already in the soy sauce. And then I've got some grated or ground ginger here, but we also have some fresh ginger as well. And now if you have your fresh ginger, you can just like grate it up or finely dice it. I would suggest grating it because it then releases like all of the juices. So yeah, let's get started.
Love it.
This is the best part, Ross. Are you ready for this? I'm gonna need you to separate the measuring cups from the ring.
Oh man, that's
Which we
the
know
best
is
part.
Ross's favorite part.
That's the best
We've done this before. That's one of the best parts because it's always fun to watch you in the kitchen. Look at that. He's a pro, ladies and gents. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Which color did you need?
Well, we're gonna need 1 cup of water, or half a cup of water. So I'd say water or vegetable stock. You need like something to kind of be the base to add that extra liquid to stretch it out. So we've got some filtered water here.
Cool.
So if you can pour a half a cup of water into our bowl, and then we're gonna also do a half a cup of soy sauce when you're done with that. So I'll go ahead and get this soy sauce opened.
That is exactly half a cup of water.
That is perfect.
Exactly.
Exactly. And you know what? You are so good.
And we're gonna do half cup.
Half a cup. So we're going all the way in. This is really great. This will last in the fridge for up to a week, but you can also freeze it if you don't want to toss your, you don't want to use it all right away. And you know, sometimes I do that since I'm at home and I cook mostly for myself. I freeze a lot of the meals that I make at home, and this is definitely one that I would keep on hand. You just pour a little bit out. You can even put it in like individual like freezer bags, so you have just a little bit here and there. So we did 1/2 a cup of water, half a cup of soy sauce, and then we're gonna add 1 teaspoon, that is TSP, of the sesame oil, for those of you that aren't sure what that looks like.
This looks like about 66 milliliters, right?
Well, we've probably got one that's a little bit bigger than that. If I had to look at the different colors, it might be red sitting here on the counter. There we go, nailed it. 1/2 teaspoon or 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. So we'll go ahead and pour that in. And the sesame, it's just great. I love toasted sesame seeds or not. So we'll pour this kind of gives it a nice like warm, nutty flavor. And you can see it's pretty thick. A lot of sesame oil goes a long way, so you don't want to oversell it, but if you feel like you need to, go ahead. You know, it really is kind of up to you and what you want to do. So we're just getting that out there. Looking good. Okay, dumping that in there, and then we've got the rice vinegar. Now, rice vinegar is vinegar, right? But it tastes a little bit different. That gives it a little bit more of the authenticity of Asian cuisine is because of these 2 flavors typically in their sauces. So we're gonna do 1/2 tablespoon, that's TBSP.
All right.
So that's the big one.
All right, here we go.
And I love our measuring cup set because it's really great if you're like cooking with kids, you can just tell them what colors to grab.
Yes.
And that always helps. So that's 1/2 tablespoon of the rice vinegar, and now it's gonna have a very potent, like strong sour taste. And then if we had 2 cloves of garlic, but really what we'll do is we'll do our garlic powder instead of our garlic salt. So we don't have the fresh garlic on hand, and that's okay. Cool. You know, obviously you want that, but if you don't, it's okay. So we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of the garlic powder. And so that's I
got it. I'm tracking here.
We have fun in the kitchen, as you can see.
So I heard something recently that some chefs taste their salt and sugar before putting it in to make sure it's salt or sugar and not mixing it up. Have you heard of that?
I have not, but that's probably a smart move for sure. I would do that if I didn't have it in a bag in front of me. That's
yeah, I think it's when it's like just in a jar and they don't really know.
You know, yeah, it looks good. And really, honestly, it doesn't matter. I'd say that's probably pretty good. You can kind of dump that in. I like to taste garlic in my dishes, so if it's a little bit garlicky, I'm not mad about it. Some people are a little bit more particular about that. And then we're going to do about 1 to 2 teaspoons of grated ginger. or ginger powder. So we don't have a grater in front of us, but this is typically, if you don't shop for ginger, this is what it looks like. You can get it in like the organic section. I love to cook with ginger in most of my dishes. I make a really great soup and I put ginger in it. It just gives it a little bit more of like a hearty flavor. So we're gonna go ahead and use the ginger powder.
Okay.
It's easy, it's on hand, and I keep this in my pantry as well. And you know what? It's okay if there we go.
Whoa, Kim, easy there. I'm doing so much hard work, and you just throw it in there like that.
We're getting wild. And then we've got the 1 tablespoon of sugar. So you can use honey. You can also use orange juice, apple juice, whatever it is that you want to. And then we're going to also do 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and that's what's going to thicken it up.
Sweet.
And then my favorite part is like how we get everything blended together. So
I gotcha.
We're going to go ahead and just pour that in there. Teamwork makes the dream work, but sometimes you just need to be the only person to do this.
One team, one dream.
One team, one dream. And then cornstarch. This is the most important one. We want to thicken it up. So we're going to do 1 tablespoon, but depending on how thick you want your sauce, you can honestly just keep adding until it's come to your desired consistency. So this might be one where we want to just take a spoon and make sure that it's exactly right. But by exact, we're going to use our regular here. There we go.
That looks good.
Right? So we can whisk it up, or if you had like a jar, thanks, Ross. There we go. We'll just whisk it if you had a jar. You know, I love this bowl because it comes with a lid, and so what we could do is we could like shake it up and really make sure that it's blended.
Or just put the rest of the meal in that bowl.
Or just put it all in there, toss it all together, dump it into a wok or a skillet. I love a stir fry. Like, you can buy frozen vegetables. You can also make it fresh. But hey, if you're in a pinch, grab a bag of frozen stir-fry vegetables. You can put shrimp in it, tofu, chicken, steak. Really, honestly, I feel like I'm sitting at a hibachi restaurant and I'm ready to just sizzle up some filet mignon.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. But easy recipe. You can freeze it. You can keep it on hand for about a week. And then you can either toss your vegetables and all of it in it together, put it all in the freezer if you wanted to do that, or you just add it as you cook it. And if you want the sauce to be thicker, just keep adding more cornstarch, and boom.
Man, it smells so good.
It does,
right?
We're basically chefs here in this kitchen.
I think I'm gonna have some of this and then go to China Garden after too.
That sounds great. Well, we've got a lot more on the show after this. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Learn the latest in science each week and how it relates to everyday life. From space exploration to plant biology to the latest in high-tech advances. Every new scientific development is explored and explained in an understandable way. Amazing stories each week. Watch Science Now.
TV8 te brinda la mejor programación en español todos los días. Sintoniza Conexión Latina los lunes, miércoles y viernes a las 7 de la tarde con repeticiones los fines de semana. Además, te presentamos nuestro nuevo programa Sabores y Creaciones, donde hemos juntado tus recetas y manualidades favoritas en un solo lugar los martes y jueves a las 7 de la tarde. Y por último, disfruta de Daily Flash Latino, con noticias y entretenimiento en tendencia los sábados a las 7 de la tarde. Te esperamos por el canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina, nuestro canal de YouTube TV8 Vail Good Morning Vail o nuestra página web tv8vail.com.
Hello everyone, I'm Raisa Pascal.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. How many personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do. So even though you work for
Some good deals, too good to miss on Flash Deals. Now check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Suki and Scott Show, we are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode.
and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
Good morning, Vail.
It's Kimberly here with the TV8 Weather Center, which means you want to know what's happening with that storm out there. As you can see, 29 degrees currently. We're looking at a high of 36 for the weather today, 50% chance of snow, and then the winds, they always seem to come when we have a snowstorm, west by southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking at that hourly forecast, you can see a lot's going to be happening today as the snow continues to flurry throughout the day. Looking at the hourly, it's basically going to be about the same snow showers all day long. 29 at 8 a.m., mostly cloudy, 35 at noon, and then it gets colder as we move throughout the later part of the day. 33 degrees, snow showers, which means free refills all day long. 31 at 8 p.m. A little bit less snow, but we'll still be seeing some of that snow as it continues to fall from the sky. Now, I-70, this is going to be a fun one. You're not going to want to be driving that much, and if you do, make sure that you have appropriate tires. You are ready and prepared just in case, because you never know what's going to happen when it's the Wild West of the weather like it is today. Denver, 52 and partially cloudy. Vail, we're looking at 50% snow showers, 36 all across the board between Vail and Avon, and then Eagle, a little bit lesser chance of snowfall, and 39 for the high. But looking at tonight, we've got a 30% chance of snow, so it'll start lightening up a little bit. A low of 17, cloudy, a few snow flurries, and then winds coming at the south by southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, the thing that we all want to know, the snow report. Let's take a look at what is going on. But before we do that, we're going to look at the 5-day. As we head into the 5-day, we've got 40% chance of snow on Wednesday, 39 for the high, 18 for the low, and afternoon snowstorms. And then Thursday, interesting, scattered snow. 42 for the high, 19 for the low, 50% chance there. And then it'll continue with a higher increased chance, just prepping for the weekend on Friday, 60% chance of snow, 39 for the high, 13 for the low. And then the sun is back, our favorite friend. Mostly sunny. Wear your sunscreen as you hit those fresh powder stashes. 40 for the high, 12 for the low. On Saturday, Sunday, just about the same, with a 4-degree increase on both the night and the high. So lots happening there. Now, snow report, this is all that we really care about. 5 inches in the last 24 hours at Beaver Creek, 14 over the past 48. So it significantly jumped up with this snowstorm we've got going on. 232 inches for the season, 72 at the base at Beaver Creek. Lifts are spinning 8:30 to 4. Heading into the terrain though, 25 lifts open, 166 trails, and 100% of that terrain. Kevin hasn't been here to have that 100% party, but we will still celebrate. 5 inches over the last 24 hours in Vail, 12 inches over the last 48. So both resorts got over a foot. Season total 237, and then 74 of the base depth in Vail. But Avija, she's out and about. Vail vibes, lots of cool things happening. So let's see where she is this time.
Come on.
Hi friends, welcome to Vail Vibes. Avija Scarborough here. And as many of you know, here in Colorado, the accessory of choice are hats. But sometimes your hats need their own accessories. Like mine, it's looking a little naked. So I came to see Carrie Calvin, affectionately known around town as the Hat Lady. She may be called the Hat Lady, but Carrie Calvin is much more than that.
I describe my business as a creative business with blending design, technology, creative visions, and clients' inspirations. Originally, I've started as a jewelry business and evolved to then learning technology and combining my skills with design background and materials. But I also have a whole other arm of laser engraving that I do for local businesses to brand items for their business.
Carrie spent a decade doing graphic design for a global architecture firm before deciding to follow her creative calling.
My corporate career, after 10 years, not really having a plan, just knowing that I needed to be and wanted to be a little bit more creative.
While exploring all of her creative passions, loved ones often gave her the advice to pick a focus.
People try and rein you in a little bit and keep you on one avenue, which again, I'll take all the advice and listen to any kind of constructive criticism or feedback, but I'm always probably going to go with my gut because I'm the one experiencing it, and I know what in my heart and in my mind I can achieve and accomplish.
In the end, it was all of Carrie's skills that combined to create the thriving business she has now. Here she is designing a pattern to be laser cut into a hat, and the results are stellar. Carrie does have a way with hats. For mine, she added silk ribbon, beads, feathers, and a custom hand engraving. And now that she recently opened up this new studio in Gypsum, she says she'll be hosting workshops, hat and jewelry parties, and taking appointments for shoppers.
So I walked in here with a naked cowboy hat, and now my hat is fully accessorized. Thanks to Carrie from Sunward. Thank you so much for watching Vail Vibes, and I'll see you next time.
Good morning, Vail.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Now, I love the idea of the Vail Cup Collectors Club, and Drinking Vessels is the patron and the sponsor and the host behind it, which is very exciting. But they do some really incredible work within the studio, and then they also partner with some great artists all around the U.S. So let's take a look at Drinking Vessels and all that they do.
I'm Ben Belgrad, and this is Bat Country Studios and the home of Drinking Vessels. We are a glass-blowing studio located here in Minturn, which is a marketplace and a brokerage for between 50 and 100 artists creating handmade drinkware like you've never seen before. So Stan works here at the studio and is one of the contributing artists to that platform. I am also an artist creating some of the drinkware for that platform, and I also explore other mediums of art here at the studio.
And my name is Stanton Morris. I teach a lot of the classes, so does Ben. You guys need to come on down and check it out. It's a collective group of people that come into this place that make it so special. This place isn't just like Ben built it, but it's not just necessarily say just for him or just for me. This really has become like a community area where some of the best in the world walk in here to work in this studio. It's one of the things that I feel makes it so special. I'm surrounded by amazing talent all the time. New creations, new innovations that people are coming up with. It's really fun because we're right on the cutting edge forefront of it, getting to see it all happen right here in Bat Country Studios.
When I was in college, I found some artists who blow glass, and they let me come over to their studio and showed me how to get my hands wet and melt some things and turn on a torch. And I was pretty much instantaneously hooked, and that was 13 years ago, and here I am 13 years later still doing the same thing and still exploring the medium, and it's kind of this endless journey of learning.
I think glass blowing grabbed my interest at a very young age. I was at Six Flags over Texas in Houston, and I remember seeing somebody making the swans and filling them with purple water, and it instantly grabbed my attention as a child. What started off as a hobby, I ended up going to Penland School of Arts in North Carolina and graduating there, and pursuing it as a career and loving every minute of it.
So here at Bat Country Studios, we specialize in borosilicate flame working. This is a type of glass blowing that involves taking cold pieces of glass or pre-warming them in a kiln and then melting them in a flame created by a torch, combining propane and oxygen. This is different than what most people are familiar with, or soft glass, which is like studio furnace work. Most people have seen like the big metal pole that people are rolling and dipping into a furnace. And so what we do here is different than that on kind of a technical level, but it's similar in that it's still glass blowing and it still has a lot of the same tools and a lot of the same techniques.
It's one of the things that's most different about what we do is we work on a much smaller scale. And we bring that small scale together so that we create a larger scale. And what we do using multiple different pieces.
Working with glass is really unlike any other medium. It moves differently. It's both a solid and a liquid. You have this limited sense of time and urgency when you're working with the material. You also have to be very delicate and understanding of what it's going to react to and how you can move it. So there's so much going on at once, it kind of turns off the brain from other distractions and allows you to really just focus on what's immediately in front of you, at least for me. And that's something that we love to share through these classes and getting people to experience, putting their hands in the fire. If you're interested in taking a class with us here at Bat Country Studios, we are offering individual and group classes. We're still working on building that out on the website as far as signups. So email us at info@drinkingvessels.com or jump over to the website drinkingvessels.com to get in touch with us, and we'll get you on the schedule for a class.
And also remember that you guys can come as a group. Groups are a lot of fun. It gives everybody a chance to see what it's like. Laugh, take some pictures. So if you're in the Vail Valley and you're kind of always asking what to do, we don't just ski and snowboard here. We do have other activities or mountain biking, but take 2 hours out of your day. Come do something different. If you're in Vail, come, take a class, walk away with an experience that you'll never forget.
And when people come by for a class, they can expect to spend about 2 hours working with Stan or myself. The beginning is going to be an orientation with these torches, with these pieces of equipment, with safety, and how to really be mindful of what's around you in a space like this. And in some of the classes, we're working on introductory projects, maybe a pendant or a marble, maybe an icicle ornament, something you can take home the next day after the piece has cooled in the kiln.
Then we're going to put the glass in your hands, and we're going to kind of like stand right on your shoulders, and we're going to show you how it works and give everybody a chance to make it. This is going to be an icicle ornament. You can hang it all summer long. You can put it on your Christmas tree. This is a really quick, good introductory. It's going to start with a 1/2-inch piece of Pyrex rod, just a piece of clear. We're going to get that part kind of warm, and as things begin to move, I'm going to begin pushing in with my hands. And as I'm pushing in from each side, you can see how the glass starts to become pliable and bend with me. And as I push in with it, it's going to come together. And I keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. So I get what's called a Maria. And this is the start for our icicle ornament right here. We're going to put 4 stripes of color just below the Maria that we created. All I did was put 4 stripes on it right there. And we'll give it one more little decoration piece here if you want to go around, and this is an option for when you're in the class. We'll see the red start to come back to us and color in for us. So now we got a basic icicle ornament. We're going to give it a little neck loop. It's got to have a place to hang from. Right there, we've got a pretty much an icicle ornament. And this is one of the projects that we'll create with our classes in here. And like I said, it's something that you can take home with you and you can enjoy for years to come.
One of the things about my artwork that I'm working on and attempting is to try and create things that have never been seen before and that other people are not making. And that was very, very challenging for me prior to having this space where when an idea comes into my head now, I can drive here at 2 in the morning or I'm here all day on a normal day. And we have the resources around here, not just for glassblowing, but for painting projects, for other art projects. We have photo and video work happening here from the team, and it's just this ongoing collaboration that to me is really inspirational and motivating for me to create my work.
Being a glass artist, it completely fuels my spirit. It's the creativity part of it. Like I said, once again, the freedom of it it's unbelievable. Just being able to come in and have an idea and actually manifest that idea into something that I can hold and that somebody else can enjoy, I feel like really is one of the things about glass that is it drives a lot of us to keep doing what we're doing.
So we are located at 1040 Main Street in Minturn in the Jerry Sibley Plumbing Building. We have one of the garage stalls over here. And you can see our work at drinkingvessels.com. We have all of the work available here by appointment only. So if you want to schedule a time to come browse our selection, that's also an option. If you take a class, you'll get to see everything that we have in the office from all of these artists that we've had out here. To be honest, just shoot us a message, reach out through the website, drinkingvessels.com. You can get in touch with us about scheduling an appointment or a class and come to see the studio. We don't really have a set of hours, but we're happy to accommodate most anything that works.
Good morning, Vail.
Suki and Scott show, we are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
Hi, Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, The War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
More than ever, kids need information to help them better understand their surroundings and to better protect themselves. Each week, this program works with the various law enforcement agencies across the country and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, spotlighting several missing cases, hoping someone, like you, might have information that will lead to finding these individuals.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to Danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to this terrific Tuesday when it comes to the ideal conditions. Let's take a look at today's hourly forecast. As you can see, mostly cloudy. We're looking at 29 currently, 35 at noon, cloudy throughout the day, and then the snow showers continue out as we make our way through the afternoon. 33 at 4 o'clock, 31 and some few snow showers at 8 p.m. Looking at that I-70 corridor, make sure that you are ready to rock. 39 in Eagle, 36 in Avon, 36 in Vail, and 50% chance of snow in the Avon Vail area. And then Denver, 52, partially cloudy and sunshine. So definitely interesting conditions as you make your way towards Denver today if you have to do it. A few flurries throughout the night. 17 is 30% chance of snow, and then winds coming from the south by southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. That 5-day, we've got snow through the rest of the week. 39 Wednesday, 18 for low, 42 for the high on Thursday, 19 for the low, 39 on Friday, and 13 for the low, and then in the 40s and sunshine on Saturday and Sunday. Lots happening on the weather front. We've got about 14 inches of snowfall over the past 48 hours at Beaver Creek. Heading into Vail, we want to make sure that we see that as well. Just about a foot over the past 48 hours. A lot happening, but it has been a fun show, and I will see you tomorrow.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller on TV8 Vail. Tracy brings you the best in fresh and healthy foods for the active outdoor lifestyle. Stream online at tv8vail.com or find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on 92.
Tune into Coffee with America and start your day in the right direction, where we go over the latest and greatest